Okay, cool. I think it's recording. Cool. Well, welcome to the freaking weekly call. I just literally came back from dinner, and it was quite rushful, basically. But yeah, type in your questions for this call in the chat. We're obviously gonna cover a few things as well in this meeting, but overall, nothing too crazy. This call just kind of like reflection on funnels, reflection on how to build stuff as well, and how to do certain things. So yeah, type in your questions so we can handle them, and we can get straight into it. Basically, just looking at like the things you've already completed, the things that you're struggling with right now. So question you can obviously individually answer for yourself is, what do you struggle with? What is the number one thing holding you back from getting to 10k followers? Like, is it me? Is it you? Is it like the followers you're gaining? Is it the strategy you're using? Like everything, right? All right, I'm just gonna start up a few things here for you as well, Armin. Let me see. But yeah, how's everyone been in the meantime? Obviously for the people that don't know exactly what this is about, this is basically a call specifically about theme pages, right? So Instagram theme pages is what I teach, right? That's what the whole community is based around. And theme pages is basically like where you build your Instagram page around a certain theme, right? How much do you think I should make with 100k followers at minimum? It really depends on your niche, the offer, and especially your niche and the quality of your audience. If let's say the country percentage is really good, then it's good. Can you share your ad in the chat, Anton? Mostly USA. Okay. Let me see here. I was gonna like quickly start up a training here. Let's see. Training 80 Video Academy, whatever. Okay, gonna start sharing my screen right now, so you guys can see. Cool. So yeah, obviously this is kind of like similar stuff we talked about before as well, with kind of like the 5-step proven process, right? Of like starting your page. Your step to success and strength through mindset. I have multiple accounts. I thought you meant like 100k follower account in total. But if it's like, or sorry, like one page, if it's in total, I'm not sure exactly, but you should at least be making like 5 to 10k. It really depends what you sell, man. It really depends on what route you want to go for as well, right? Like you have affiliate marketing, you have you providing a service or a product. You also have where you, for example, sell or you make your own kind of service or product, right? So this would be something to do with coaching or something to do with a program, kind of what Armin is doing right now. Armin, can you also share about like what video course you're basically going to be creating, what it kind of entails, and what you're going to help people with, who you're going to help, and how you're going to help them, right? So what I mean is that you can't, for example, sell shit when you don't have the exact knowledge about everything just yet yourself, right? So I'm not saying that you can't sell or make a program, Armin, but it's more so like, what are you gonna make, right? Like I really need to have insight in it to understand, like what is it? Is it actually sellable? And if so, what kind of tips I have for you? But yeah, obviously this is the 5-step proven process, right? So we have foundations, basically like they're laying the foundations of your pages, basically like creating your name, your username, your bio, like the niche, the color codes and whatever, all this basic shit. Then from there the traffic, right? So basically what do you need to actually grow your page? Then we have content. Basically like posting viral content around like proven topics, for example, fitness, business, etc. Obviously you grab the piece of content or from another platform, like for example TikTok. You can also grab it from Facebook or YouTube, and then you could like repost it on Instagram. You could also grab like content from Instagram itself and then repost it on Instagram itself as well. It's pretty easy to do, but you can also go the original content route, right? So original content is necessarily where you create content originally, right? All from scratch. It's basically what the platforms like best because you create it and it's not seen before on the platform, which then makes it unique, which the platforms like, right? Then the last, or well, one of the last steps is basically offer. We want to create an irresistible, unique offer that people feel stupid saying no to, and that you feel comfortable with selling yourself as well, right? That part is super, super important, right? Like a lot of people tend to sell stuff online that they're not even comfortable with selling, and that really doesn't make sense, but it happens a lot where people actually don't really want to sell the thing they're actually selling, right? So they don't even like what they're selling. Then obviously we will be basing your offer on the goals that you have as well as how far you already are, right? So let's say you're already at a certain goal, then obviously your offer can be way different than certain other offers. Then lead generation and sales, we will be using copy paste system scripts, whatever, right? But firstly, who am I? Yeah, basic, pretty basic. How does engagement work, right? Like this shit is what we already covered before. So the definition is every single thing you do to interact with someone. But let's answer a few questions in the meantime as well. How can I increase my views? I'm trying new hashtags and making my own videos. Yeah. Make sure to drop your page in the chat. I have a whole drive full with modules 50 plus. This will get people to start a theme page. The focus is on theme page monetization, personal brand, offer how to. Okay, but Armin, why would you want to sell a program to other people while you've yourself not made 10K a month yet, right? You're basically already teaching people how to do stuff, what you do right now, but you haven't even made X, Y, and Z yet yourself, right? You're basically like repurposing the content that you have from your mentor or from the previous people who taught you. But have you already made like at least 10K a month from different sources as well, right? Like affiliate marketing, promotions, this, because then you understand the process, which then you could teach others, right? Like if you, for example, teach others how to make original content, for sure, man, go ahead, right? Because that's what you grew from, right? Original content, the wealth clips, repurposing those, putting like a cool quote over it, putting a few clips behind each other, etc. But you didn't like make 10K a month yet, unless I'm wrong. But you do have to keep it very realistic as well with yourself. You can definitely sell it, I'm not saying that like, yeah, you can do that. I'm transparent with my prospects. I don't tell them I make 10K. No, what I mean is like, let's say I start an Amazon business, right? And that Amazon business is purely about like all kinds of ways to make money, right? I can choose a whole bunch of different products. Then let's say in the first month when I make 1, 2, 3K, I choose to then help other people through Amazon start their Amazon business, right? But it's like a bit double because you're already starting to teach others. Meanwhile, you've not like gotten to a level to have the credibility to teach people or to help people, right? And I'm not saying that you don't. You can definitely get clients who want to buy your program and you can help with original content and stuff like that. But it's more so like, do you think you could provide the most amount of value to people in comparison to other people in the marketplace doing the exact same thing to you? Do you think you can provide as much value or more? And if the answer is no, personally, I wouldn't be sure if I would sell a program that would teach other people, because it's all about focus for yourself as well. If you, for example, make a program around those topics, then you're going to be focused on selling that program to other people and not finding different ways to then make money through theme pages yourself, right? Products, services, providing your own services, right? Promotions, etc. Right? Obviously, all these different ways you can make money from theme pages, but like teaching is the easiest way. But yeah, I wouldn't be 100% sure. Please give me feedback on what I just said. But yeah, how does engagement work? What are those interactions and what are the best ones from best to worst, basically, right? So interactions is basically everything that you do, right? Interacting with other people basically means that's what social media is about, interacting with other people, and engagement, virality, etc. is all based off of interactions. How many interactions a person gets, how many interactions a piece of content gets to then go viral or not, right? It's kind of like the platform wants your piece of content to reach a certain level of interactions, and then they will boost it to more people, right? So every time it's kind of like levels. We already have like a whole training in this where it's like level 1, this amount of views, boost, boom, level 2, this, that. But it's pretty simple when you just lay it out. So basically interactions are people watching someone's stories, liking their story, commenting on their story, commenting on their post, liking their content, saving it, sending them a DM. Obviously, I already said like saving the piece of content, right? So saving it for later. So the best ones to basically do from your end is basically watching someone's story, then liking the story, commenting on their story, commenting on their post, liking their content 1 to 3 latest posts, and then sending them a DM. Like this is literally how you could guarantee someone to follow you. And if you have very specific group of audience that you want to interact with, like real estate coaches, right? Then literally using this step-by-step process of first starting out and finding a couple of people, engaging with them, watching their stories, liking their story. You could even give them a follow, right? You really have to become a fan of those people to then be able to get them as your follower. Obviously, when you do this, like the growth strategies, it's more like a mass type of thing. And Armin, please give me feedback on the things I just told you about your offer as well, with how you look at it, right? Like if you think I'm talking nonsense, if you really just want to do it, then just say that. I'm fine with that. But we do have to be transparent with like you asking feedback about topics, right? So what is the goal with engagement, the pull strategy? When you are at 0, you want to pull new people to your page, because with 0 followers, there's 0 early engagement. And early engagement basically means that when you post a piece of content and your followers that you currently have are active at certain time periods in the day, then what happens is that these people will interact with your content first, right? So let's say you have 100,000 people, you technically can get 100,000 views standard on early engagement when you post a piece of content. Obviously, you won't get 100,000 views because those conversions are near to impossible, but you would already get like 10,000, 5,000, etc. X amount of views, right? And the more qualitative account is on Instagram, the more early engagement they will get. So this means that the followers are really, really good, right? So an Instagram account doesn't just depend on a niche, a topic and content, etc. It also depends on the audience. And the audience is created by how you position yourself, what kind of niche you choose, what kind of content you post specifically, and then what kind of audience you create after doing those steps. But it also depends on the interactions part, right? So the first stage of my Instagram theme pages, I always interact like crazy with people, splitting up my interaction time of 15 to 35 minutes, 40 minutes per segment of a day. Morning, afternoon, evening, right? I do 3 times in total. And with that, I reach around like more than 1,000 people with just engagement strategies. Well, if those people are very specific, and I know that those people would convert out of prior research that I do on my account, on like going into my followers, checking out who is following me, who do I want to attract, then what happens is I can just make a whole ideal client or ideal follower profile, and then I can interact with people that are following similar pages or watching similar content, etc. So the worst thing you can do is post everything. It's post this style, this style, this style, blah, 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 blah. And the best thing you can do is understand who you want to reach. Specifically, know that by doing competitor research, seeing what content is out there around your niche, and then grabbing that piece of content and like really understanding what is this, where can I find this, right? What keywords do I have to search on, for example, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc., to be able to find more of these pieces of content. Then from there, you're going to research it, you're going to get it in, right? And then you're going to be posting it and attracting the same audience. So hopefully that makes sense. If you obviously have questions throughout the whole presentation, feel free to just drop it in the chat. But yeah, the number one thing of a page is engagement, right? So the more early engagement you get, the sooner a piece of content blows up. So like the bigger the chance, but also the sooner it blows up, because when you post a piece of content, then it gets like 10,000 views. It's very easy for it to go to 100K, for example, just through or through like early engagement. So let me just do this real quick. Yeah, so for example, through the early engagement, right? So early engagement of a piece of content. Yeah, obviously this is something that we talked about before, but I want to talk about it again because this is literally what we base our whole strategy off of, how we get content. So you've been misunderstanding virality. Virality isn't only about numbers. It's about knowing what makes a video more or less viral than other videos, right? Like there's hundreds of thousands of videos out there on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc. that literally seem the same, right? They one has 1 million likes, then one has 5, then one has 2, right? But you don't want to base it just off of statistics. So this is called the VRSA system. It's actually a system I set up myself. Basically, V stands for virality, right? So virality as in like numbers, but also conversions, right? So let's say you have a piece of content. You have likes, views, comments, saves, blah, 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 shares, right? Like all these different metrics of a piece of content. And what you would do is you would select pieces of content that have a certain conversion percentages, right? So what I mean is you grab a piece of content, you look at the piece of content, you determine how many views does it have, how many likes does it have, divide that by each other, and you get a certain percentage, right? So what happens is that the higher the percent, or sorry, times that by 100, and then you get a percentage. So times like, or divide the views by the likes, then times 100, then you get a certain percentage, and you want to be above a certain percentage before saying I want to collect that piece of content. So basically, it's all about conversions. So let's say you and I have the same piece of content, right? You have 1 million likes, I have 1 million likes, but I have 10 million views and you have 2 million views. Then your piece of content is way more viral because the conversion between viewers to likes is insane, right? So this basically means the less people that saw it, the more people that liked it. So for me, 10 million people saw it, but then out of 10 million, 1 million liked it. But for you, 2 million people only saw it and 1 million liked it, right? So the 2 million you can times by 5, 1 million by 5. So let's say you had 10 million views, then you had 5 million likes. So I hope this makes sense, because literally this is what you need to choose pieces of content. And I see people like joining, leaving, doing this. But really, it's just up to you, right? Like we already talked about this last call as well. It's really just up to you, you being here, you wanting to learn, etc. I really don't give a shit. I just do this to also have a YouTube video, but also to help people out with questions that actually make progress, right? We have a free program, we have everything in place for you to actually get started with this. We upload YouTube videos, etc. But it's up to you. It really is up to you what you want to do with this. But yeah, R stands for recency, right? Recency basically means like the more recent a piece of content within the last 7 days, you want to basically use that. So the third one is style. Style is basically like what suits your account best. So the style of the piece of content. This could be black and white quotes. This could be wealth content for Armand, for example, right? Then the A stands for account. Account is basically where you collect the pieces of content from. And the fun thing is you can use the system for paid ads. You can use the system for remaking viral content. You can make the system for making promotional content. You can remake it, or you can use the system for original content, even for Armand, right? Because you have to find content somewhere that you're gonna then repurpose, right? Like what you probably have is you have a shit ton of clips and then you just copy paste all of them together and then you have something, right? But you want to base it off of someone or something that has already gone viral, so proven content. Then account obviously stands for the account you get it from. So what I mean is, let's say I have 100,000 like followers, right? And you have 100,000, or you have 1 million followers. Then what happens is the early engagement on my account is lower than yours. That means that it's also less viral on mine and more viral on yours, if that makes sense. So you have more followers and I have less followers. Basically means that for me, early engagement is lower, which makes mine less viral, or sorry, more viral, right? And for you, makes it less viral because you already uploaded to 1 million people. Same thing here, right? These are all as viral as each other. It doesn't make sense to you at all, I know, but the reach is different. So follower amount, let's say you have 0 followers, then you have standard views, like normal views is 100, then the viral video is 1,000, right? Because this is a 10% conversion. Same thing here, 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 okay? Follower amount is 1,000, normal views is 1,000, then let's say you get like 10,000 views, that's a viral video for your account. You really have to understand this, because people really don't. They always look at all these other people and it's so fucking stupid, because you compare and you talk yourself down on all the shit you then see. Meanwhile, you're not even fucking listening to the own basic understanding of how this works. So for example, with this, it's to do with conversions. It's to do with the standard views, the early engagement for you specifically. If you have 0 followers, you can't expect to have a 1 million view reel, right? Like obviously there's a couple of people out there that can do it and that have it out of luck and out of all these different metrics being all in place at one time to then let it blow up. It will happen with you as well. But the point is that you don't want to be comparing yourself to all these other people out there. Meanwhile, you're starting at 0. You don't expect shit from Instagram. You do it out of a hobby, or you do it out of making something out of nothing, right? You don't want to be expecting that you're going to be building this 1 million a year business out of this, because then you're going to be basically like setting yourself up for failure. And the reason being is because you're not going to achieve that within the next couple of months. You know, you aren't. So basically it's the same with me starting soccer and want and expecting to become Messi. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Basically the system works where you check off the boxes, right? So what I mean is, it's like you basically print out this version, for example, you have it on a sheet or whatever, and every time you collect a piece of content, you check off a box, right? For example, the V, for example, the R, for example, the S, for example, the A. So what happens is you need 4 checks to then be able to like post it. If it's 3, you can also post it. If it's lower than 3, so 2 or 1, you can't post it, which means that it isn't viral enough to post. So let's say indeed there's 2, you can't post it, right? Then obviously we have the curve in the whole business. This is what I meant, right? So a lot of people, like in the introduction phase, they expect to be at the maturity or stabilization phase. Meanwhile, it doesn't really make fucking sense. And then obviously you enter the growth phase as well, which is Armin. Armin is kind of like in the beginning stages right now, like somewhere here. So it's really important to understand where you're at in the journey to then also realize how fast you need to go with certain things, right? A lot of people don't understand this, and then they get caught up in all sorts, and they're like, where am I? No direction, Meanwhile, they're just in this phase, which then means that you have to do this, this, and this. Let's answer your question. That's why I have a set outcome. For example, I work with them until they reach 4 figs a month. I myself know that I have to go high ticket route, and that's what I'm doing this. So I won't teach them what I'm learning right now, but I'm teaching theme pages. Like I said, that's my main thing I want to reach, because in the most advanced field, those things in developing myself, and will teach more high ticket later on, upgrade my offer, you know. I understand what you mean, Armin, but I'm not sure exactly how much you could sell it for, because you've never built multiple theme pages up to a high extent, only through original content that you got from your previous mentors. That's just the harsh truth. Like, have you, for example, built up a page in relationship niche up to 100k followers, right? Like, you can definitely have an offer that then promotes like the results you got in the way you got them, and then helping people in the way you got there in the exact same way. But it kind of looks like a pyramid scheme to me, because you're basically helping people do the exact same thing. And obviously there's a ton of pages out there. I'm not saying that it's a complete pyramid scheme, but if you want to help people, if you want to educate people, it's all about how much value you can bring them, right? And also long term, how much value you have in your head to then sell to them. So it doesn't make sense for you to sell a 1k offer, even though you're working with people for a lifetime. I really don't mind. It's basically them expecting this, this, and this to happen. Meanwhile, you're teaching them how theme pages work, etc., etc. You do have to teach the full grasp, which means reposting as well. If you've never built a repost account from scratch up to 100k, doesn't make sense to teach people, right? Like, you can definitely make them aware about it, but don't sell that shit. Like, post it on YouTube, like a repost page. That it's literally my presentation 24/7, right? I have grown that, okay. And what niches have you grown pages? Relationship niche, business niche, fitness niche, what else? Like, you can also just teach people on a select group of niches as well, right? But business, motivation, etc., etc., it's like, you know, till 38k. It's kind of like a 50-50 armor. It really depends how you structure your offer, to be honest. And also, like the video modules you've already recorded, what are they, etc. Because if for example, my video modules are 10 times more valuable than yours, and I'm posting them on YouTube, does it really make sense for you to sell it for 1k, right? Like, it's kind of like what makes your offer so different than other people, right? And it can be the credibility of your previous mentor. It could also be credibility off of like what you've achieved so far. But I'm not trying to put you down, but I'm just keeping it realistic. With you can't charge people a really, really high amount, even though you're working with them for a lifetime, if you haven't achieved X, Y, and Z yourself before, or other people have achieved that before, right? So what I would do is I would literally grab 4 or 5 people out of your current audience, teach them completely for free. Completely for free, for a lifetime. As much value as you can. Give as much as you can. Give all your knowledge, all for free. But they have to go on a commitment with you. You can sign an agreement, a contract, whatever it is, but they have to commit to what you basically teach them, right? So they have to commit to 1 to 2 hours a day. They have to this, right? So all these different things. And then what happens is your knowledge gets tested by those people. If they don't get results, you know your program is shit. Even though the value is there, the point is a program, a coaching is so much different than you teaching or making a video module. A program or a coaching or a mentoring or whatever it is about so much more than just the course. The course is literally a tenth of the whole product, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's literally like, same with a cake, right? A cake doesn't just exist out of cream. It exists out of so much more, which then makes it a cake. Same thing with coaching, same thing with consulting, same thing with mentoring, right? So it really depends on what you teach people, how you teach them, what you sell it for, and then that's what I would do. If you really want to make this legit, get 4 to 5 people completely for free. Just teach them for free for like the time period of your program, 90 days, 30 days, whatever it is. Teach them for free. Get case studies, right? Because you have to be super, super confident with what you do, right? Like, you selling that shit is basically like you being super, super, super confident about it, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't sell it, which then means you could also give it for free, which then guarantees people results, right? Like, I get that free people don't do the stuff for free, right? And blah, 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 blah. But there's definitely a few things that I would want to do if I were you, before actually launching something and that you would sell for a high ticket price, right? Because my main point is that, Armin, you're kind of in the middle of like building a legit business versus copying what all the other people out there are telling you to do, right? And it's the same thing with, for example, your personal page, right? There's me and there's those guys, right? And those guys told you, do this, do that, do that, do that. And what I'm trying to do is basically trying to find the real Armin, pulling him out of there, and then basically shoving him the legit route. And it really depends, Armin. It really, really depends. Like, you could have already made tens of thousands of dollars by selling a ship program, by selling ship products and services, but it's not going to happen long term. Like, it's never going to hold up. It's not going to allow you to make progress. Because let's say, as an example, right? 4 to 5 people go through your program. They complete it, right? They do all the steps you take. Then your program, let's say they don't get results, then your program is shit. It's shit because they don't get results, even for free. So what makes it worth $100, $500, $1K, whatever? Only because you've been able to do it doesn't mean that other people could do it as well, right? And even though your previous mentor has done it, and then other people have done it, doesn't mean that you can do the same thing for other people. Otherwise, it's just a Ponzi scheme. So that's what I would really dive deep into, and really just question all of that stuff and literally just do that. Grab 4 to 5 people, do it for free for a couple of months, and then, learn about different topics that you could then add to the program. Analyze it. Be consistently on their ass to understand what is missing from the program and what isn't. Like, we've literally had thousands of people asking them for feedback on the program. Week to week basis. Like, boom, 1,000 people then. Boom, 1,000 people then. Boom, 1,000 people then. All through forums and stuff like that. We analyze it like crazy, and then we implement different things to then make a really good offer. Because an offer isn't just the course. The course is the core fundamental of understanding of what you're basically teaching. But then there's the teaching self, then there's the mentoring, there's the one-on-one coaching, there's the coaching in general, there's the support, the community, the motivation, the schedule, the structure. There's so much more to it than just the course itself, right? Like, everyone can record 50 video modules that they can make through AI and then sell it online. And I'm not saying that you did that, but you get the point. Where can I find videos of car drifting to edit them more like reels or organically? We have this ourselves that we basically give people for a service we sell for $50 a month, which then gets you access to one additional weekly call, around 125 video modules we sold for $2K before, plus one-on-one support and support from our team, plus a community, right? Like a private section of a community. We give you original content. We give you a lot of different things that would basically help you start your page, get to 10K followers, then make your first 1K, 2K, 3K, and then basically become eligible for our partnership program, which then can get you to the next step, which then, let's say you make 1 to 3K, then I would want to have a couple of calls with you to see how we can really like scale up, right? Let's see, what makes or breaks a page. Every person is unique, and that's what's so powerful. So how do you translate that through your social media account? Like, this is literally like what we talked about with Armin as well. Knowing who you target, knowing who you are, right? Like, if let's say you are this trucker, right? Then attract the truckers, because you have to really understand here that the people who you're going to attract are the people you're going to understand. And the more people you understand are the people that you're going to convert easily, right? because it's called relatability. And relatability is actually one of the key lessons in sales. I won't dive deep into sales right now because it's going to be a fucking long ass call. But the number one lesson in, for example, sales is relatability. The more relatable you can be, the less the resistance frame is during the conversation on a call or in the DM. And then the more people you can basically close, right? So, breaks a page, doing the same thing mindlessly as everyone else, posting stories around themes because other people do it as well, using the same type of stories as others, using the same branding as others, blah, 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 blah. Then, what makes a page, right? Write down your most unique qualities. And you can also ask other people if you don't know. Showing these for your page, right? So, your stories, content, highlights, branding, etc., right? You really, really, really want to do this. And Armin, also please, like, share your thoughts about like what I mentioned before about my whole freaking speech. So yeah, obviously the process is pretty simple. Like this is just a rough outlining, very very simply done. Like it's not complicated at all. 0 to 1k followers, do this. Then 1k to 5k, do that. 5k to 10k, do that. Then 10k to 100k, do that. Right. So what I mean with defining you and who you are is you want to be showing a lot more of you to other people that follow you because it builds a lot more trust, and you're also doing this on a very large scale. Let's see, a couple of questions. TikTok is banned in my country. Oof, sorry, thanks. And Pinterest is best, but what niche are you in? Yeah, I would say Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, I don't know. Pinterest, YouTube, definitely. Like those are the ones I would recommend you go for. Pinterest doesn't got these in 2 minutes. Well, let's look at them. Well, there you have number one. Right, and you can also like download this through the computer as well, and then basically send it to yourself if you're editing on this on your phone or not. Let me see, where was I with the training? Yeah, obviously, personal brand, right? Like, it's not too complicated, to be honest, guys. Like, I don't really want to go super deep into this, because typically most of it is pretty simple. It's not easy, it's simple. Should I reach out to ask them why they started following you, what they like? Yeah, 100%. You should 100% reach out to followers. This is one of the key lessons we also teach in our program. From the day you start your page, you want to be reaching out to at least 10 to 100 people per day, like a minimum 10, because you're going to be building up so many long-term relationships, and when you have something to offer or to sell, you're literally going to get like 50 sales in literally a day, right? That's the whole goal of like building up that relationship. And the fun thing is, a relationship isn't built up out of speed. It's built up out of a length process. It's going to be a step by step process that is then going to allow you to nurture that relationship and then turn it into a sale, right? Okay, let's do some page analysis. Please drop all your pages in the chat. Let's see. Oh. Can you analyze? I'm struggling with converting views into followers. I have almost 10 million views, but only 36k followers. If possible, my second account too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, same tip as last time. Engage more with the comments. So this basically allows your piece of content to then blow up from 100k views to a million. Let's see here. Basically, at the end here, you could have follow your step to success for more or something like that, for X, Y, and Z, for this, for that. You can also have it in the first line of your caption if you want to convert it like that. And what I would also do, a little trick, is that I would also engage with all the people that recently engaged on your piece of content that then blew up, right? So all these people are 21,000 people. You want to engage with that piece of, or with that page, or with those people, right? First thing I would do is optimize your account. Your logo sucks, your highlights suck, and your bio looks good. yeah, I would say 30,000, 36,000 young hustlers strong. Join now and have this behind this. Basically, like your logo, your highlights suck, and that's why it's like shit. Sorry, but I wouldn't want to follow your page just because this doesn't really look qualitative. All those covers and all that stuff. Yeah, man, like that's what I would do. I'm not sure exactly how much the covers have as an effect, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I really am not sure. Test this out. Like, test it out for like 2 weeks where you don't post any covers. You change your like logo and highlights. Make it clean. Don't have the circle. Don't have these icons that are for free in Canva. Make different ones. If you want us to make your page for you, then you can obviously reach out and we can just jump in a call where we can go over that. But I think that's mainly the issue for you. And I can't find your page, by the way. Yeah, that's it. This logo looks good. I would make the icon smaller. I would optimize the bio the same as like what I just showed you. And then same thing here, like test it out with the covers for like 2 weeks. Ugh. For like 2 weeks, like what would you do differently, etc. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Armor, by the way, how much are you currently making with your page at the moment? Because I know, I think it was this month or last month you did like a few K. Let's see, where can I find the drifting? Yeah. Drop all your pages, by the way, in the chat so I can analyze them. Should I reach out to my followers and ask them why they started following me? Yeah, 100%, man. And then, like, that's the key thing. Oh, this is a good page that we can give tips. Oh. Okay. So first things first, the first line of your bio, like, have you gone through the fundamentals program? I don't think you did. I would go through that. It's a free program, basically in the Discord called Sign Up. That's the channel where it's shared. Then what you can do is basically go through that like program. We'll show you that the first line of your bio is basically like who you help and what you help them with, right? Like, what do you do? What makes you so special? It's a bit about you, what you do and what you post, etc. Then the second line is more credibility. This can be something related to, for example, your niche, motivating people through original or through wealth content, making you wealthy, whatever it is. Then the last line is a CTA, so a call to action. So it's basically like calling someone to do an action, with, for example, following you, sending you a DM, clicking on the link in bio, etc. I would make a clean logo, so you can literally have an icon, kind of like what we just saw with Anton's page as well. This one, it's a clean logo, right? Like, it's just a crown, and it looks really, really clean. Then optimize your name, basically mind richness. Have 2 keywords. First one is basically related to your niche. Second one is basically like a random keyword. You can also keep it like this, but then change it, for example, into this. Don't use an underscore, don't use a dot, don't use numbers in your name. Yeah, that's the username. So what I would do is literally grab it and then just do it like this. Oh, I'll just grab it in the chat. That's what I would do. So mind X richness, right? That's what I would do. How could you reaching out to your followers look like? Well, you go to your page, you click on likes or comments that you got or on your followers, and then you basically send them a message. Hey, hey, thanks for the follow. Anton here. What made you follow me? You can have certain variables, like certain messages. We have pre-made messages as well in the program. Can you see my video? Is it good? Do you make these yourself? And if so, don't do like a 50-50 screen. What happens with your videos is like when they start, you kind of get to zoom in, right? Like I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's like a zoom in, right? Like if you go really fast, it's like a quick zoom in for like just a second. And that same here, right? Same here. Same here. Same here. Same here. Let's go to Armin's page. Armin, what was your page again? Armin, what was your page again? What was the name? Monetary Mastermind. Okay, so if we, for example, click on Armin's pieces of content, then it doesn't show that, right? It doesn't show that frame where you're like zooming in. It's like, for example, just boom, starts right away, right? Boom. Ugh. So what I feel like with your page, which the other one we just talked about, I feel like that's like the key lesson for you to optimize it in that way. Let's see, Armin. Yeah, man, your content is still doing good. Oh, 1 week. Why aren't you staying consistent with the content, man? Armin, how many link clicks have you gotten from this? Because it's all cool that you use the same type form as Nicholas and everything, but yeah, man. If it doesn't convert, it doesn't convert. Posting right now. Okay. How many link clicks have you got? Okay. How many form opt-ins have you got? 20 link clicks only. Oh my god, man. Have had it for 3 days. Yeah, but still 20 link clicks. Oh my god, man. Have you ever heard of Go High Level? Yeah, it's basically what we use for everything in terms of automations, pipelines, etc. You can also use ClickFunnels, but the fun thing is that for the same price a month, you get this. Like, I think I told it last call as well. That let me think. That we were actually making a program in this about like Go High Level, how it all works with also the stats per page, right? Like everything like that. You can see here 300 link clicks or something. Then the conversion rate was 11%, right? Which was super, super low. Yeah, also have the opt-in page, you have the application page, right? You can make all sorts of funnels in here. I'm not going to show you everything. But the fun thing is that in Go High Level, you can do a lot more. You can have the email marketing, you can host your course, you can basically do the SMS marketing, you can also have your calendar in there. You can attach Pabbly Connect to it. Pabbly Connect is a replacing thing for Zapier, because Zapier you pay so much money for shit. You also have pipelines in here for new calls that you can integrate with Calendly. You can also just do it through your own calendars. You can have conversations in here automatically through, for example, Instagram. Basically, I'm doing the exact same with Look Bro in process. What do you mean? Like funnel systems, but are you doing it through Go High Level? Ooh, okay, interesting. Yeah, then I'm not gonna explain anymore. If you want to learn more about it from me, feel free to ask me. But the fun thing is that I pay probably a tenth of what you pay for Typeform, Zapier, Kajabi probably. Let's see, probably Twilio for SMS marketing. Then you have ClickFunnels. Then you have what else? Slack. Zapier. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I don't use Kajabi. Then Teachable. Then I don't know. I mean, you wanted to do it in Notion. I wouldn't do it in Notion, man. Man, that's absolutely crazy if you do it in Notion. Just because it's good to have it in Notion to then record videos out of, etc. I don't use Kajabi. I don't even know how to do it. Yeah, but that's the whole point, Armor. Like, we have everything in here with the memberships, right? So we can just go to offer, we can go to analytics, we can go to settings. I can grant you specific access to specific offers whenever I want to as well, right? Like, these are all like different offers. For example, this one, right? All locked, then you can make it locked, and then you can have you can do all sorts of shit in this. And this is basically like the program that we're basically selling for 50 a month, by the way, with everything to do with A to Z stuff. So I'll just preview it as well. You can make it all customizable. You can have different layouts. You can have all sorts, but that's what I was basically telling you. I'm creating a program in this, which is going to be for free. If people want to set up their, basically we're building a B2B department as well at the moment as we speak, which that program is going to be suited to. But since you're making 2K a month, it's easier for you to also implement all of that stuff. So all of this stuff, introduction and mindset, checklist, weekly meeting replays, week-to-week homework, teach and main mastery modules, Instagram foundations, right? Content and traffic, growth and algorithm, your offer, sales and lead generation, your positioning and offer delivery, automation and scaling, and then you also have like a checklist per thing. Then Ollie Riley, who basically grew millions of followers on TikTok, basically gives like a guest instructor list, and then a whole bunch of different things. So at the end, you have like a referral program that you can join. You can become a partner of our company. You can also submit for graduation and your next steps, right? So this is basically one of the things we give when you enter the 50 a month one. But I won't go too in depth into it. But the thing what I'm trying to tell you, Armin, is that for $100 a month and for the budget you have, even for Luke's budget, even for Niklas's budget, whatever, like, yeah, I won't go into it, man. It's just that you kind of have the same for 10 times cheaper. But yeah, let's continue with this. This is basically the whole theme-based process, right? So you launch your account, you choose a niche, sub-niche, your color scheme, content pillars, etc., etc., etc. Then growth and offer, organic growth, follow for follow, engaging strategies. You have early engagement, remix strategy, partnerships, collaborating, shout out for shout out, selling your own service / selling someone else's, right? Then we basically have the selling and improving, right? So you start with outbounds and inbounds. Outbounds are basically where you send messages to other people. Then inbounds are messages you get. So forms that people click on, fill in their username, you send a message to them. So it's technically kind of like an outbound, but still it's technically an inbound. Sales processes, right? So basically you have DMs, then you have a call, then you can also have a link in bio and then to a website or a call. You can also have tracking and numbers and improving, then being unique, scaling and positioning, increasing your offer, increasing lifetime value and your offers, increasing conversions, focusing on high ROI tasks, and outsourcing our low ROI tasks, right? So yeah, it's pretty simple. Done for you, done with you, outreach strategies, remix strategy, blah blah blah. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. We'll go over like really in depth like one of the next videos, because I do need to hop off pretty soon. But yeah, any last questions before we hop off and end this call? Anything related to Instagram analysis, questions you have about everything, feel free to drop them now. Oh, I've eaten so much. Can you review my page? Yeah. First things what I would change is your name. So I would make it something like this, for example, or Solaris Highway. When will be the next call? Please. Please isn't a word, man. It's please, like with an E-A, and then an E at the end. The next call will be next Wednesday. So exactly this time, next Wednesday. But you can also join the $50 a month one for $50 a month, and then you can join it, which we do a lot more. Could you check my page, the wealth a bit? Okay, post is completely dog shit. Caption is dog shit. The hashtags are decent. You want to have kind of like a structure like what Armin had as well, with, for example, follow X, Y, and Z, follow, for example. The thoughts one is... people can basically see how much time you put into your stuff, right? Like, if you, for example, have this caption and then a full caption with all about the post, then I would rather want to see the other one. Reading 20 pages a day, I get that this is all fancy and stuff. Let me just open up my Canva and send you templates for your infographics, since you want to go the infographic way. I would post reels. I would start out with doing that. I'm not making a single penny right now. That's why I'm trying to make some and then buy your course. Yeah, for sure, man. Like, you can also, for example, lend money from your parents. You can lend it from the government. You can get it out of your, I don't know, savings, whatever it is. But I won't go into this. It's basically not an excuse of not doing this. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Because you really have to take ownership out of your choices as well. If you don't choose to do it right now, it's completely fine as well. But don't say that you can't do it. Yeah, I'll send you these. Infographics. No, not those. Those are for the pay program. Yeah, I'll send you these. Okay. So just make sure you obviously make a copy out of the content. So what you do is on the top left, you press File, you press Make a Copy, and then you make a copy out of this, and then you can basically use all of this content and repurpose it. I would always recommend you to basically do it like this in terms of the style, with text. Basically use Oswald, right? Then also use Open Sans as text. Basically you have a little bit of, where is it? Letter spacing and line spacing. And then you basically change the username, the color scheme, etc. Can you suggest me some logos? No, I can't, because the thing is, you have to do market research. You have to get off your ass, join a free program, watch every single video module, implement everything that we teach there, then come back to the calls, implement everything, and get more specific feedback. Because the point here is that these calls are like to really help you move forward. But for the last weeks, we've really been like talking about very, very basic stuff, which is completely fine. But what I'm trying to say is that everyone in here could have already made so much progress. Alex, you skipped my page. No, I didn't. I was coming to it. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that people can make so much more progress with just doing and just understanding, just going on YouTube, consuming all the videos. There's hours of content there. Like, you have the community to answer or ask questions as well, right? But you just have to do it. And the point here is that I'm not going to do everything for you. I'm going to give you like 100, and then you have to make 1,000 out of 100, right? And if you can't do that, then I'm not going to give you a single little bit of thing anymore. Hopefully that makes sense. Well, do some competitor analysis. You now have a good inspiration for a logo. If you like this, then yeah, for sure, right? Make 5 different logos, send them in the community, ask for feedback. Alex, which one would you choose? Logo number 1, right? Instead of me having to do all the shit for you, to go into the competitor analysis, go into different pages and be like, yeah, I do this, do that, do that, right? Like, I'm not the one doing it. You are. Let's see. Yeah, don't repost anymore. You can do a lot more with this, drive, dump, etc. Try to be a little bit more creative. for example, have like a split screen Lamborghini and a super old scuffed car, and be like Lamborghini or A or B or something like that, right? Like something that's very obvious that people would be like, fuck man, why wouldn't you choose the Lamborghini? Let's see. Yeah, this is literally what I meant. Like, be fucking creative with this shit. A or B, this or this, right? And like, think of different ways. Be creative. Don't like all this stuff is so fixated on the styles that were created by other people already. Same thing with this. You have $60. This shit works like a charm. Do that more and more and more. But be creative. Have it in different ways. Maybe even have those like little lines, like below the $60, right? Like, you can do a lot more with this piece of content than you think you can. Then optimize your first line as well to maybe follow. And then also start sending at least 10 to 100 DMs per day to current followers and to people who engage. Hey, thanks for engaging on my content, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. Yep, Media Rocket. Also a Discord server, welcome to main, join our Discord, allowed to make money. Have this more specific, have like a capital letter for each of these like words. Make the highlight cover smaller. Take out this and make it super small. Don't have it like this big ass shit that's covering the whole freaking post. Make the text a little bit smaller. Put it all the way to the middle and then like hold shift and then press the down arrow like a couple of times. Have it in the middle because people don't, for example, if I look at this piece of content, I can't draw right now, wait one sec. If I, for example, look at this piece of content, I basically look here, right? This is always my eyesight. It's never going to be here. So when I'm, for example, lazy and this and this and this, then, you know, I would want to look here. It has to be easy. It has to be quick for people to go into. Let's see. I'm struggling for a logo. I mean, this logo is fine, man. It looks very clean. What I was saying was your highlight cover. Make the highlight cover smaller. But what you can have, for example, with the branding is you can, for example, go to Armor's page and you can see how he does it, right? Like, does he doesn't even brand it. Why brand it then, right? Like, what's the most important part about your page? Getting followers and getting people into your Discord server, right? So all that needs to be optimized is your profile. So your bio, name, etc, 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 and then obviously the highlight cover, right? Testimonials. I wouldn't even start with this if you can't keep it up. I wouldn't do that. I would just have that in the Discord, like as a separate channel. If we don't brand, someone else can repost with their brand. Who cares? Who fucking cares? If your goal is to get people to follow you, why would you care about other people? I get your point, but it's such a broke mindset. You know, it's like, I can't invest that because then he gets that and then I get that, right? Like, it's not understanding the main core principle of your page, which is getting followers or to a different outcome, which could be a link click, a form, sales funnel, Discord server, etc. Question to you, Dhruv Mittal. Let's say you were guaranteed 1 million views over the next month without branding it. Or you would be guaranteed 100,000 views, but then someone else won't repost it because it's branded. Which one would you choose? 1 million, right? Because the 1 million you can do so much more with. You can get more followers. You can then also convert more people, more. So that's my point. You don't want to be thinking of scarcity when you don't even have shit. You want to be giving everything away. You want to be doing everything you can. You want to be pushing out the best content. You want to be serving as many people. You want to be sending as many DMs as you possibly can, and everything like that. Can you check the yeah?
People always ask me why you're so stressed at 17. Because
I'll check the DM right now. And then after that, we're gonna end the call. Let's see. Because the thing is, I don't care where you get the content from. I don't care where you get the knowledge from. I don't care this. I don't care that. But the point is that you really have to be giving shit away. And then when you charge for the implementation, you charge for the help, you charge for the support, yeah, you charge for the access to you charge for the shortcuts, you charge for you doing stuff for them. So basically delivering something and doing something for them, right? That's why Armin, I was super hard on you. If you're still here, yeah, you're still here. I was super hard on you because it's very easy to just make a course and then sell it, right? So I would really just think hard and long about it. I really hope you use that advice with your choice. Please keep me in the loop because I'm very curious with what you're gonna do with everything. Because as I said, kind of like it's Luke and everyone, right? And then it's me and the others, right? So it's kind of like two different approaches to a long-term game. And as I said, it really depends on your goal. If you just want to make a few 10K, you know, same as like other people in the wealth niche, want to make a quick buck here and there, fine, man, go for it. But like if you want to do this long term and actually help people, so overall, what do you suggest to do? Try to remove the bounce. Try to remove the bounce effect. You can obviously A/B test this, but you want to make it clean. You want to make it flowy, right? So what I really love about Armin's content is that it's very flowy. The video is for everyone who wants to be rich.
We all know you have to escape the rat race.
Like every between 0.4 and 0.8 seconds, there's a new line of text. And you can measure this for yourself as well, because you don't want to have too much text. You don't want to have like too long. You don't want to have like very quick words, etc.
And we win together. Check the link in my bio to join our community and to start fulfilling your dreams.
Yeah, basically like everyone in the wealth niche is doing that right now, where they're basically saying at the end of the video like join this or this or this at the end of the video. Copy my strategy, start making DMC, or start your own Instagram business. That's my advice for this call. I suggest you stick with the content you're basically posting right now, adjust it a little bit, post it for the next weeks, post one a day, choose when you want to post it, 9 a.m., 3 p.m., 9 p.m. Optimize your second line and last line, have like capital letters of each word.
You ain't no boy no more. This ain't no base.
Have a space between this. Join the 1% link in bio. Remove that. Then the first line of the caption, talk about like the piece of content. Talk about like what it is, or you know, stuff like that. Then your hashtags are still way too broad. Like for example, Instagram, Insta good, happiness, like that isn't the same stuff as for example Armin does, right? If we go back to his page, entrepreneur mindset, get rich, blah 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 blah, work freedom. So he has a mix of all kinds of hashtags, which then lets him like reach a wide range of people. Last question, like I have 20 followers, so should I make a Discord? No. Don't make a Discord. Understand everything from the basics, learn, become a sponge, go to my YouTube channel, consume everything, implement everything, come back next week. You have results, you have knowledge, you have questions, stack them up. You talk to everyone you possibly know and get $50. You know, it's such a limiting belief. Oh, when I do this, then I do this. oh, when I get that, then I get that. Like, it's such BS, man. Thanks for the call. Appreciate you doing this. Yeah, no worries, man. I really, really appreciate everyone that was here as well. And overall, with like all the specific things with, for example, wealth content, etc. I'm kind of doubting if I want to publish a lot about it, but I maybe want to do it. Right now it's just in the $50 a month one. Ugh. And yeah, if people want to join it, they want to join it. But yeah, I'm thinking of maybe doing it for free. Let's see. Thanks for the call. Always really good. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries, guys. Thanks for everything. Make sure you implement everything. Watch back this replay on, obviously, YouTube. Actually, a fun thing is that I quickly want to show you before we hop off. Someone actually DM'd me, and I want to give him a little bit of credit. Yeah, this guy. So he basically said, hey Alex, blah 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 blah. Hey Alex, want to let you know how much I admire your dedication in the community. Incredible for free, genuine. It's really impressive. You know, finding reliable sources of knowledge of theme pages can be a real pain, especially on YouTube. Feels like the platform is swamped with the algorithm, blah 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 blah. That's what makes your Discord server more valuable. I've been a member for the server for a while now. Recently stumbled upon your Mastermind videos. Today I want to blah 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 blah. Basically, he's going to be editing a couple of videos to make it also more fun, watchable for you guys, because I do get that you don't want to be listening to me for an hour long, unless it's live. Let's see. I'd be more than happy to do it for free. Blah 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 blah. Right. So why I'm sharing this is because it's kind of the lesson of you have to do so much more for other people to then get back. I've already got like everything back out of this Discord server, way beyond people would think, right? Like I don't share all that stuff, but yeah, it's crazy. I forgot to record how I edit, like screen recording. So you're forgetting, or more like I forgot to record how I edit, like screen recording. Nice, man. Nice. I'll try to find like a video I can maybe send you on it. But have a good one, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. My throat is absolutely fucked. I have to record like 150 videos tomorrow. Wish me luck. And I have around 90 calls left or so for this week. So it's gonna be pretty rough. Good night, guys. We're going to talk about biohacking and all sorts of stuff and shit in the next weeks. I basically joined the 6K program recently as well. I know you guys know that because of last week's call, where I also shared it. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great one. Let's see. Yeah, hope you guys had a great one. Good night. And I hope you guys got any value out of this. Feel free to drop any feedback also about the calls, what you thought of it, did you find it valuable, would you recommend it to others, etc. in the free community chat. And then also implement everything. Like literally, implement everything. Like really, really do this, please. Because the thing is, you guys could have already been able to make at least $500 to 1K. All of you. Literally all of you. In the speed of the last week. And I'm not kidding, because I wouldn't be like telling that just to make you feel good or worse, or to motivate you, but it's basically to share the reality of how fast things can go. I literally today built a new business and already did 5K in rev. Today. When I wake up at 5:30 a.m. built a business within 1 to 2 hours and got that revenue. And it was all through doing the basic shit from the start that I'm basically teaching to you guys. All of it. Sending the DMs, building the relationship, building the long-term perspective, etc. Armin, let's say you would go that simple route, right? You would make 20K, 30K, all fun and games, you buy a little Louis Vuitton bag, whatever. But let's say I go the more hard route, and I go the long-term route, making it more legit, teaching more people for free, and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Then what happens is there's a lot of people that then recognize you as well, like B2B people in different industries. They want to hop on a call with you as well. Then suddenly they want to buy your service and pay you 10K a month for building theme pages for them, right? Happened with a friend of mine. He's basically working with Cheetah. Cheetah, I'm not sure if you guys know him, but he's a really, really big guy. I'll quickly share my screen again. One sec. Or, well, I'm not sure if he's, yeah, Cheetah B&B. Oh, not Chloe. Cheetah. I'm not sure if he's still working with him, but he basically built like 6 or 7 team pages for him that are generating Cheetah like an additional X, Y, and Z per month. I'm not sure exactly how much, but I'm also not sure if I'm able to disclose it. But yeah, it generates him a decent amount of money. So this wouldn't have come across that guy's path if he didn't do it legit, if he didn't like build everything up step by step by step. 5:30, and when do you go to sleep? In like 50 minutes, so 9:30 p.m. I would really recommend that schedule. But you still know I'm the CEO. I don't act like you don't know. Fuck you, Armin. Fuck you. By the way, I hope your traveling stuff in Greece was good. I think you went to Greece, right? Like, I think it was Greece. But yeah, no, Frosty Dog, basically for the performance coaching, it's a long story short. DNA test, intolerance test, chronotype test, like a whole bunch of different tests, and turn out for you to know what your body reacts to better than other stages, like in a day. For example, morning, afternoon, etc. When you wake up, how you structure your day, everything when you do your workouts. It's really, really good. But I'll talk about it in another call. For now, implement everything, and I'll see you guys on next week's call. Peace. Good night, guys.